Let's bring on another amazing guest. We've got Shelly. Shelly, how are you? Oh, we lost you.
No, I'm here.
Okay, great.
Can you hear me?
We're going to try that again. I'm going to intro you again. Ready? We've got another amazing guest, Shelly. Let's do it again. Just joking. Hey, Shelly.
Okay, good.
So, super excited to see you. And let's get to know you a little bit before you came into my world. So, before you met me, what were some of the struggles that you had and what was life like?
Okay, so I have twin 3-year-old, well, they're almost 3 twin girls, and then a 5-year-old son who didn't make the cutoff for kindergarten, so he's in preschool right now. And we have to make the decision. So I'm refusing to put him in public school this year or this coming year. And so we have to make the decision, are we going to pay for a private school or are we going to try to homeschool? So the other thing is, of course, the twins are coming up on preschool age. So do we put them in preschool and for 2 years, right? And then get them into private school or what? So I work at the hospital 30 plus hours a week. And then my husband stays home with the kids, actually. So I bring in the money. And so it's a big jump, like to say, okay, I'm just going to quit my job and then I'm going to open up a preschool. Right. So so I currently still work at the hospital. That's actually my current situation still. So I work at the hospital full time and I have 3 kids that are preschool age.
Yeah. I mean, you just barely jumped in. So it's,
right.
Yeah. You just barely jumped in. So totally reasonable that you wouldn't quit your job in just maybe a day or two.
Right.
But so so there you were. And then when did you come into my world? Was this literally in the last couple of weeks or have you been following for a while?
No, just last couple of weeks, and I'm calling it divine intervention because I can't even imagine a more perfect timing. Really, my husband and I had just he started talking about wanting to go back into the workforce and we are not going to put the kids into daycare. So I thought, well, then I'll have to stay home, but he doesn't have a degree. So my income, he's not going to be able to make as much as I could without a degree. So I thought, well, I'll just bring in, I'll just start a daycare then. We'll just bring in a couple of kids in the house and start a daycare. I mean, we'd been talking about it for maybe 2 or 3 days. And then all of a sudden, right? Like Facebook, I'm scrolling, that's hilarious that is the story. You scroll it at night and you find it. And I'm like, honey, I found this lady. She says to open a preschool. I think I'm going to open a preschool. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm sure. Like, he kind of just blew it off. And at first I signed up for the book immediately. I paid for a bunch of the different add-ons in the funnel. And, I've never read a whole book in my life. I promise you. And I didn't read your whole book yet, but the only part I skipped was the online part because I'm not interested in that yet. So I just got to the online part and I was like, okay, this is all about online. I'm not going to do it. But I read the whole thing in 4 days, maybe.
Wow.
And my husband was like, okay, you're serious. Like you've never read an entire book since we've been married.
Right.
And it's true. So we found found you. I said, I'm going to do this. And he actually kind of was my biggest doubter at first. Like, and maybe you hear that often, but I was telling all my people at work, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Sean's going back to work. I'm going to open a preschool, blah, blah, blah. And my husband was like, just kind of really down on it. Like, this isn't going to work. We can't do this. The liability, just bringing up a bunch of points. And I thought, I don't even know how I can do this if I don't have his support.
Right.
So I sat down and talked to him one night and was like, I'm serious about this. I really want to do it. And here's my plan. And here's how I think it can work. And he finally jumped on board and now he's like, well, we could put posters here and we can move the couch here and we could, like, he's totally on board with it. It's just great. So, so that's, I don't even know what the question was, but.
No, you're good. Okay. So you saw the book and you jumped right in. You did the 7-day challenge. Did you get some students signed up?
Yeah, I have 7 students.
You signed up 7 students? Are we local or online for the students?
Local.
You signed up 7 local students. You hadn't heard about me since like maybe 2 weeks ago, and you now have 7 local students signed up for a preschool you haven't created yet.
Correct.
I love it.
I know. My life is about to change so much. I can't even believe it.
Oh, this makes me so happy because you're not doing daycare.
Well, and not only that, but I didn't think I actually was going to be able to quit my job, right? We were
Yeah,
just talking, maybe you could go to work, maybe I could
right.
come home with the kids. And it was just, but with your help, I am making it happen. I mean, I've
Yeah,
told my boss, school starts January 15th, so I will be done
yeah,
before then. And she's like, okay, sounds good. And of course I'll keep my foot in the door, but
yeah,
I even hate to have that as a backup plan because I don't want, this isn't going to fail.
yeah.
So
7 students is no joke. I'm so proud of you
yes,
for getting your 7 signed up. So,
yes.
let's see. So you signed up your 7, you jumped into Preschool All-Stars, you've seen behind the curtain. What are your
Mhm.
thoughts now that you're a member of Preschool All-Stars?
So I love the community. I love the support, and it's pretty much blowing up my whole news feed. So now, thankfully, that's kind of when I'm scrolling Facebook, it's
Right.
like preschool all stars, just like tons of
Yeah.
stuff. And so that's great because I need to immerse myself in this, and I'm
Mhm.
also reading books and trying to like find, because now I'm freaking out. I mean, now I need you.
Now it's
Right,
real.
I can't do this without you because
Yeah,
it's real. Like I'm like, okay, I signed him up, right? And I even said,
right.
I don't know. You said we're going to send the registration form. I don't know where that's at. What do we do now, Joy? I'm
I
here.
know.
I gotta go.
Like,
so,
Joy, you gave me
so,
these students and you didn't give me the plan.
so what's the next step immediately?
Right. Right, exactly. I have the money. What
Right.
do I do now?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
but I'm so excited.
Oh, I love that. So, real quick question. So, you signed up 7 students, and how much money did you make then?
So I didn't $97 like you suggested. So how
Awesome.
much over 97 times
So,
7?
around $700.
Right. Yep.
Snap. That is pretty
Yeah.
fantastic. After getting a
Yeah.
free book that cost
Yeah.
nothing but $7.95 shipping, right?
Right. Right.
I love that so much.
I know.
Oh,
I can't believe it. And like I said, the timing was just impeccable because
yeah,
I was able to be with you that whole first week, right? Like the
right.
pre-training week,
Mhm.
whatever. And
Yep.
so I jumped on here and there, and then I told my husband, I said, that was when he was like very lukewarm, and
Yeah.
he's like, who is this person? You're on your phone all the time, da 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 da.
You're
And
spending so much time with this lady. Come on now.
I know. Well, now I'm like, oh, my lady says this. Like people ask me at work, well, how are you going to do this? I said, well, my lady says to do it this way. Oh, my lady this, my lady that. Right? Like
That's
you're my
sweet.
lady.
Awesome.
And
I love it.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we're so super proud of you. If there was any or woman on the fence about, joining Preschool All Stars, literally the doors are closing tonight at midnight. What would you say
Hmm.
to her?
I would say that the community is going to be incredible. So I'm relatively new, right? Few days in, but the community and the encouragement, and this is what you need. If you are going to do this, you have to immerse yourself in it, because the second you take yourself away from the fire, you're done for. And I am too.
Mm,
That's why I had to do it, because and I couldn't, I don't even think I could really explain that to my husband. But if I, right, so really quick, they say that you first 7 to 10 businesses or whatever fail, right?
right.
Well, I'm counting all my MLMs and my dog grooming, try to start up this dog grooming. I'm counting all these businesses that I've been doing over the past 14 years. Those
Right.
count. And I'm on my real one now. This is the one to
Yeah.
succeed.
Yeah.
But if I know myself, because I've already failed at all of those other things, right? If I don't
Mm,
stay in the fire, if I don't stay close to these women that are going to encourage me and support me and answer my questions, then I'll drop off. That's just my
yeah.
personality.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we're right
So,
there for you. We're not going to let you drop off.
no. Yeah, no, I paid for a whole year. So
I know.
I'm at least in for a year.
Oh, 1 year you will that's just getting the wheels spinning and there's gonna be
I
right.
know.
It's
I know.
amazing.
I was so impressed. This is that kind of the 7-day challenge was kind of my real the real test. I said, I've
Yeah.
got all these ideas. I've told my work that I'm quitting. I've told my
Right.
husband, all my family members, and I thought, you know what? At least if I don't get any students, I don't care about telling those people. But if I get students, then in my heart I know that it's real.
Mm.
And
Right.
so
Yep.
I faked it until I maked it.
Well, let me ask you this about your husband. I know he eventually turned around and that's amazing. But what does he think of the fact of like this random thing that popped up, some random booking lady, and now you got almost $700 of cash, and you only bought like the free book, right? So
Right.
is his mind blown a little bit? Like I've never seen it from the husband's perspective. I only see it from the All-Stars.
Right. I think it is. He's still really leery. He's kind of a glass is half full or half
Sure,
empty.
sure. Sure.
And also he's like a realist. So he's
Yeah.
really thinking about the reality of this and could it really work out? But
Love them.
when I said I'm going to pay $670 tonight, he
Yeah.
goes, "Well, I mean, how are we going to afford this?" I said, "Well, I already have 5 students signed up. I've already made 500 of the dollars." And he's like, "Oh, well then that's fine." It's like,
That's so freaking
yeah,
amazing. It's like, I love that.
yes. There was no question.
Right,
I mean,
right.
obviously the way you have it set up is just incredible. I mean, because you earn the money that you need to spend on the things
Yes.
that you need to make this business grow.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, girl. Well, you are awesome. Can't wait to see you in another 6 months from now. So proud of you.
Yeah, thanks so much. I'm so excited. I
You're
appreciate you.
welcome. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll see you later.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. See ya.
So, friends, that is literally it. That is what the Preschool All-Stars is all about. I mean, Shelly just epitomized exactly what happens in Preschool All-Stars. You show up, you do the work, you get results, you get paid. Life's amazing, right? And of course, everyone's journey is going to look a little different. Hers was super fast, and we do have results that happen super fast. But you got to be committed. You got to be all in, right? We can't be just like kind of like, well, I'm going to just kind of dip my toe in and do a little something here or there, or kind of like peek in. You're not going to get results, okay? So if that's you, I'm going to actually ask you not to join Preschool All-Stars, because as Preschool All-Stars, we are action takers, okay?